After announcing that he was going to be releasing what is looking like will be his final album this summer, all eyes are on Eminem as he just kicked off the rollout for this project with his brand new single Houdini, and with this being Eminem's first traditional album rollout since 2017's Revival, as his last two albums were both surprise drops. What's clear is that this track is so much more promising than anything that album gave us, as instead of leading into sounds and building projects through musical decisions that just don't fit the skill set of Marshall Mathers, this song is masterfully playing into what Eminem has been known for best when we look at his career in its entirety, because with this track, Em is turning back the clock and going all the way back to where his life changed forever with his iconic Slim Shady alter ego, and as he is bringing back a personality who, even for the societal standards and acceptable behavior of the late 90s and early 2000s, was able to stir up some of the most controversy we have ever seen an artist ever. It's not a surprise that even moments after this song released, people were already talking about the bars on this track, and when it comes to some of the insane things that Em said, lyrics that everybody seems to be talking about are the bars where Em name drops none other than Megan Thee Stallion, where he says, "If I was to ask Megan Thee Stallion if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat?" And while some people are running around and saying that Eminem dissed Meg, when you understand the context of the entire song and nature of who Slim Shady is, you can see that this was an intentional choice on Eminem's part to include a bar like this, as a line with such a big name drop doesn't just create controversy and a ton of buzz online, but in a way, it is the statement that is serving as the thesis to this entire track and its place in pop culture right now, because as Em has turned back into his Slim Shady persona, he's not just bringing back this iconic and beloved character into his music for the first time in what feels like forever, but he is testing and really challenging the world to sit and once again face one of the most controversial artists there ever has been. And this is what is so brilliant about the very concept of this track and this new era of his career. Eminem is playing in right into the very concept of resurrecting Slim Shady and following a time where people tried to go back and look at Eminem's old lyrics and cancel him for some of the insane things he used to rap about. By releasing this song and taking this chapter of his career in this way, he's directly playing on all of this, as he is putting this menace of an MC back into the center stage, and while this is definitely a great idea on paper, it also is a massive risk for him because it could backfire on him if he doesn't rap with the ruthless grace to make such nuanced satirical music, and even worse than this, he could ruin the legacy of one of the greatest alter egos that rap has ever seen. But as from the song itself to the incredible music video, we see Eminem lean into a lot of what made this personality so memorable years ago and just naturally progress what Slim Shady would feel like and sound like in today's day and age. As we hear Em kick off the track by referencing his iconic 2002 hit Without Me, he immediately has a great way of preparing audiences to once again experience the absolute chaos that only Slim Shady can reap, and through 3 entire verses over a whimsical instrumental, Eminem delivers one of the most entertaining lyrical performances of the year, as we finally get to see what Slim Shady sounds like in 2024, and from the flow, which feels so much more fluid, alive, and animated compared to the last decade of Eminem music, to the lyrics, which are able to come off as genuinely hilarious most of the time without ever making you cringe, or just being straight out corny in the way that some of Eminem's other tracks in years past have been. This cut is a musical and lyrical spectacle in every sense of the word, as through all of these aspects, which are so well done for what they're trying to pull off, Eminem is challenging modern audiences and pop culture to face the very idea of his most iconic but also chaotic creation. Now, with this performance here, one of the most clever aspects that really shows off how skilled Eminem is as a writer is that he's able to seamlessly say some of the most insane and off-putting things that I have heard in a track all year, but because of the wit and flow that Em is once again donning, that is really showing here that he took his time with this record and that he has figured out how to bridge so much of the old Eminem into the new Eminem at this point. Punchlines here don't just come off with more wit than Eminem has shown in years, but the commentary he's able to weave about the return of Slim Shady and how the public will react to this track adds some more entertaining banter as we just hear Em embrace the chaos he is bringing. And while at this point, I don't think that even the worst behavior that Eminem could express right now could upset the public like his old music did, as just because of his dominance and success, something as insane as Slim Shady has been accepted as part of the music and cultural mainstream. I still think it's really on brand for the character of Slim Shady to play into the way our society tends to react to most things it does not approve of, and while this song does a good job at conveying all of this, I think, to experience what Eminem's trying to get across. The music video really does take it to the next level because between all of the cameos from names like Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, The Alchemist, and through so many other cameos which you should definitely be on the lookout for, to Eminem just paying homage to his Rat Boy character from the Without Me music video, and then just seeing him and Dr. Dre reunited in the Ratmobile, which is just such a full circle moment. Which, by doing all this, and showing off so many more Slim Shady antics, which feels so in line with what we saw decades ago, Eminem is able to bring this moment full circle because he isn't just reviving a beloved but recently untapped part of his skill set as an MC, but he has rejuvenated it entirely, and it really feels like he turned back the clock when we just unpack how solid of a start this was for this era of his career, not just in terms of its musical quality, which is so many legs up from almost everything M has done in years, but also with the impact the track is going to have, as people both love the song already because of its wit, but is also getting some hate for some of its juvenile themes and maybe even unnecessary name drops. But with all of these conflicting feelings back in the air, what it does definitely mean is that Slim Shady has done his job once again, and while a lot of backlash for this song is going to come from people who think that Eminem is dissing Megan Thee Stallion for no reason and doing it maliciously at that, I think when you really do understand Eminem, Slim Shady, and how this track is functioning is almost a demo for what a Slim Shady track can look like in 2024. I think that you can see that this line was more of a playful name drop that, while M may have known would cause chaos, was done in the spirit of what Slim Shady stands for, and if you need further proof of this, just look at the way M referenced Meg and the situation she was in compared to the way Drake did on Her Loss, which when you see the wit of M's compared to the aimlessness and shock value that Drake is going for, shows that one is clearly a diss in Drake's case while the other is really just a joke. Now overall, I think this track Houdini is a better moment than an actual record, with it being the return of Slim Shady, which is just causing so much buzz, and already with the music video just being incredible. It has done its job as good as it could have, as it's directly excited myself and a lot of other people for M's upcoming album and going forward. If Eminem can further play into this personality and perhaps maybe even evolve it, and deliver even more nuanced tracks that maybe explore similar themes that he used to but through a more modern lens and with his current insight, I think we can truly be in store for something unforgettable. So let me know, what do you think about this new M song? I can't wait to hear whether you like the track or you don't, and if you think that the Meg name drop was necessary. And if you want to see my video on 5 rap beefs that ruined rap careers forever in a way that they can never come back from, check out the suggested video.